All right, so for everyone that's just joining, welcome to the Tai Chi Flow, brought to you by Begin With Breath. And for those that don't know me, my name's Adam, and I'll be guiding you in this Tai Chi experience. So it's an experience in that you don't have to memorize anything, you don't have to get anything perfect. Just follow along and just do what you see. All right, I'll be your mirror image. That's usually the easiest way to follow along. However, if you go one way and I go the other, I promise I won't get mad. And then I also cue the breathing, but if that stresses you out, you can just breathe normal. And then you can do this whole sequence sitting in a chair, standing, or you can alternate sitting and standing as needed. All right, and so, but if you're standing, we'll begin with the feet together or as close as you can. The hands can come to the lower abdomen, and then you can close your eyes or you can just keep a soft gaze. And as you breathe in, the belly expands. And as you breathe out, the belly returns towards the spine, abdominal breathing. Breathing in and breathing out, coming into the present moment. Arriving in the body, letting go of all considerations. Letting go of your worries, just for this short time. And then one more time, you can hold the breath at the top of the inhale, just for a moment, and feel what it's like to hold on. And then let it out with a big sigh. And just feel what it's like to let go. The hands can float down by the sides. As you breathe in, the arms float up. They circle in front as if you're gathering in energy, bring it into the heart. Send it down through the body and into the earth. We call this one sinking the chi, the life force energy, the source of our power and vitality. Breathing in, gather into the heart. Breathing out, directing back down, grounding, centering. One more time, sink the chi. And then from here, you can step one foot out to the side, either foot. Then the arms float up in front to about shoulder height. Then the arms get heavy, floating down, the knees and hips can soften. Breathing in like mist rising from the lake. Breathing out, floating down like a soft rain. Call this one opening the door. Start of the journey. One more time. Breathing in. Breathing out. Or take as many breaths as you need. This time the arms float out to the sides like you're spreading your wings. Then the arms float down, the palms face up. The hands float up the midline, turning at the heart, pressing up overhead, and then floating out and down. Holding up the sky. Breathing in as you float up. Breathing out as the arms float down. This is a really good one to open up the shoulders and chest. It also helps to decompress the spine. One more time, holding up the sky. This time the hands float up to the heart, one hand pushes up, the other pushes down, connecting the sky and the earth. Then the hands spiral back to the heart, and then we'll switch sides, keeping your spine neutral. Or this time, if you want, you can do a little side bend, but always easing in, never forcing it. You can always do more the next time, but it can't really take it away once you've gone too far. All right, this time the bottom hand comes up and pushes to the corner, the other hand in the opposite direction. And then coming back to center, we'll go to the other corner. The dragon spreads its wings. If you want, you can turn a little more this time, but staying in your comfort zone, rotating. You can even look over the shoulder. One more time, the dragon spreads its wings. This time the backhand swings around as if it's gliding on the surface of the water. And then comes in towards the abdomen. The other hand swings around as the dragon swings its tail. It's like you're making little waves, sending them out into the distance. Little ripples. One more time. This time, hug the tree, bring it back to center. And then from here, the hands flip. The bottom hand drops down, toss away. The hand waves in, and then press forward right towards me. Then the other hand drops down, toss away, fold in the hand towards the center, repulsing the monkey. Breathing in as you toss away, breathing out as you push forward, calming the monkey mind. All right, this time toss away, the other hand comes on top, step in. This hand pushes down, the other hand waves in as you melt down. Breathing in, rising up, breathing out, softening. All right, one more time. This time we'll step out to the corner. And as you step out, the bottom hand brushes past the knee, the top hand pushes right to the corner. The top hand floats down, the bottom hand circles up, coming back to the beginning, brush knee and push. And as always, don't worry about getting it perfect. As long as you're moving, I'm happy. All right, let's do one more. Circle it around. Just make a bunch of circles, you'll probably get it eventually. All right, this time, stay with me. The bottom hand scoops up, the palms face up. The hands draw into the sides as you shift the weight back. Then circle the arms out and around. The backs of the hands face each other. The hands spiral back up as the mama bear gathers her cubs. Circling around. Coming in, we had a bear going right through our driveway this morning. Looking for her cubs, I think. All right, one more time. Energy loves the spiraling movements. Step the foot back in, hug the big tree right out in front. And then from here, this hand drops down, toss away the other hand on top, step in, both hands together, pushing down and waving in as you soften the hips and knees. Coming back up, softening down. One more time. Breathing. This time we'll step out to the other corner. And as you step out, the bottom hand brushes past the knee, the top hand pushes right into the corner. The top hand floats down, bottom hand circles up, weaving it all together, just like a dance, so that you don't have to get ready. Brush knee and push. Let's do that again. Keep on moving, feeling all the sensations that you can. One more time, bringing mindfulness to your body. This time the bottom hand scoops up, the palms face up. Draw the hands in, then circle the hands out and around. Backs of the hands face each other, and then spiral the hands back up. The mama bear gathers her cubs. Even imagine like you're moving through water. Sometimes that feels nice. Or just imagining water between your fingers. One more time. Beautiful. All right, this time, step back in, circle the arms all the way around, and hug the big tree right out in front. The arms open up wide, then this hand scoops under, step in as you catch the moon, and then the top hand goes behind the back. We're gonna step right out to the side, and as you step out, we'll toss the moon off into the sky, and then circle it back around, toss away, as if you could toss the moon. This time the other hand comes back on top, catch the moon. The bottom hand tosses away, the other hand pushes down. Parting the wild horse's mane. Let's do that one again. Toss away, breathing. Just letting go of any tension you don't need. One more time. All right, this time we'll catch the moon and then we'll spin the moon. The bottom arm comes up overhead to block out the sun. The other hand pushes through. And then circle back around. The fair lady works the loom. Spin the moon and then push on through. Breathing in, breathing out. All right, one more time. Sometimes called the fair lady works at shuttles. And then from here, sit back, the hand floats right across the horizon. And then step in and catch the moon. Top hand goes away. We'll step out to the other side, and as you step out, bottom arm tosses the moon off into the sky. Circle it back, toss away. Breathing. Be here now. How mindful can you be? All right, this time the other hand comes back on top, catch the moon. Bottom hand tosses away, the other hand stays behind, parting the horse's mane, creating tranquility out of chaos. Circle it back around. Once again, don't worry about getting it perfect. One more time, parting the horse's mane. This time we'll catch the moon and then spin the moon. The bottom arm comes up, the other hand pushes through. And then circle it back around. Fair lady works at shuttles. I call it the fair lady for short. Breathing in, breathing out. No rush, nowhere to go. Take your time. One more time. Fair lady. And then sit back, hug the tree, bring it back to center. The arms open up wide. Fingertips drift towards each other, the hands float down. This time the arms float up to the sides as you drift over to one side and then drift over to the other. The arms float up. Nice gentle sway. This time stay with me here. This hand here scoops down and comes right out in front. The elbow bends. Do that again on the same side, just the arm at first. Hand comes right out in front. All right, now this time, if you want, you can lift the knee on the same side. Touching down as needed, that still counts. A rooster stands on one leg. If you want, you can lift up even higher. Elbow right over the thigh. One more time, the rooster stands on one leg. This time the hands can float over to the other side, they drift up. And then this hand scoops down and comes right out in front. The hands float down. We'll do that again on the same side. Just keep on drifting. That nice sway. And this time, if you want, you can lift the knee, unweighting the leg, touching down as needed. Once again, you can keep your toe down, just meeting yourself where you're at. You can always go forward from there. If you want, you can lift up higher. The rooster stands on one leg. All right, one more time. Beautiful. This time, circle around and hug the big tree right out in front. The arms open up wide. Then this hand scoops under, step in and catch the moon. And then we'll step out to the side. The bottom arm passes through the waterfall. Right out to the side, and then circle it back around, warding off. One more time, ward off. And then stay with me here. The bottom hand scoops under, the fingertips slide down. And then circle it back. Call this one rolling back. Sometimes called yielding or receiving. And then toss it up on the shelf. Fold in the arm, pressing palm to palm, shift the weight forward. Then slide down, toss away. Call this one press. One more time, toss away, fold it in, press, and then the hands separate. Draw the hands in towards the heart, and then push back out. Call this one push. Breathing in, breathing out as we move like the rivers in the ocean. One more time, the tide rolls in, the tide rolls out. And then sit back, wipe the hand across the horizon, and then step in and catch the moon. We'll go to the other side. The bottom arm passes right through the water, the other hand pushes down, warding off. Circle it back around. Once more. Bottom hand scoops under, fingertips slide down. Circle it back. Rolling back. Receiving. Can we receive as gracefully as we give. One more time, slide down, this time toss it away. Then fold in the arm, press palm to palm, shift the weight forward. Slide down, toss away, press. But staying soft, don't press too hard. One more time. This time the hands separate, draw the hands in, and then push back out. Push and pull. Tai Chi, we say softness overcomes hardness. We must first master the softness. And then from here, sit back and open. Wipe across the horizon. Step in, catch the moon. We'll do each movement one time. Grasping the bird's tail. Step out and ward off. Roll back. Toss away. Press. Release. Draw in. And push. Sit back and open. We'll do that on the other side. Each movement one time. Step in and catch the moon. Step out. Ward off. Roll back. Press. And push. Beautiful. All right. And then from here, sit back. The hands float to the center. Step the foot in. The arms circle all the way out and around, and the palms face up, one on top of the other, right by the lower abdomen. And then this hand here drops down and then floats all the way up and over, down the midline of the body. And then switching hands, the other hand floats up. Floating down, centering. Breathing in, the hand floats up. Breathing out, creating mental focus, clarity. One more time, centering. And then both arms float out to the sides, all the way up and over, just as much as you can. And then the hands float down to the waist as you soften the hips and knees. And circle the arms in front as if you had a big ball right in front of the body, scooping under, back up to the heart, and down. All the way up and over, down to the waist. This time we'll make a diamond shape with the hands right in front of the heart, and then press out, opening the heart. Let's do that one again. The hands float down, breathing in as you rise up, breathing out as the arms float down, circling the ball, gathering in the energy to transform into loving kindness, self-compassion. Last one, all the way up and over, down to the waist. This time we'll make the diamond shape again, right in front of the heart, and then press out, reaching, connecting, sending out all your loving kindness out to the world. May all beings be free from suffering. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they live with ease. And then turning your palms to face yourself, the hands come to the heart. May I be kind to myself. May I feel connected with all beings. May I love myself just as I am. And then the hands can float down to the lower abdomen. You can step your feet together or as close as you can. You can close your eyes or just keep a soft gaze and let your body rock and sway ever so slightly. Bamboo in the wind. Feeling into the body, all the sensations. Bringing mindfulness to your experience. And then bringing your attention to your breath. Noticing the inflow and the outflow of the breath without trying to control it or manipulate it in any way. Just letting the universe breathe you. There's nothing you need to do except be. And then you can bring your attention into your heart, expressing gratitude to yourself for being here today, to cultivate flexibility and balance and strength of body and mind, and compassion in the heart. And then if your eyes were closed, you can slowly open them, letting in the light, connecting back with the world around you. The hands can come together in front of the heart, and we can finish with a bow. Thank you all so much for joining me for this Tai Chi Flow. Hope you all had a great experience today. As always, I'd love to hear about your experience, so please type in the comments how you're feeling right now. I'd love to hear that. All right, and I do have a mini lesson that I wanted to go over today, plus a story and then announcements. So stick around if you can. If not, then make sure to come back to check out this, I would say, almost the most important part. Second most important. All right, and so for the mini lesson today, I wanted to go over something that people often ask me is, what is the difference between parting horse's mane and warding off? All right, and so this one is, they're very similar. We did them both today. And so I wanted to go over the difference between the two. All right, now in our online studio and in our courses, we go into a lot of detail on exactly where to put your footwork, where to put your feet, where to put the arms and everything. So I'm just gonna do an overview today though, just so you can get a sense. All right, and so for both movements, we have parting horse's mane. I'll demonstrate it first. All right, so parting horse's mane, we did it out to the side today. All right, and then warding off, which is actually a part of a 4-part movement called grasping the bird's tail. But warding off is the first part, so I'll show you that one. So we did that one out to the side as well. Did you see the difference? I'll do it again so you can see if you can find the difference. So parting horse's mane. All right, warding off. All right, so the footwork, we'll start with that. So at first, the biggest thing is that we're in our bow step. All right, that's the Tai Chi lunge. All right, so we're in our bow step, bow and arrow step, sometimes called. The front leg is forward, the back foot is in 45 degrees. The front leg is bent, the back leg is mostly straight. 60% of your weight on the front leg, 40 on the back. All right, so when we step into our bow step, you want to make sure you have your channel. Okay, so you don't want to be on a tightrope. You want to step the foot out if you feel like you're too narrow. All right, so the footwork is the same for parting horse's mane and warding off. Now the arms, we'll talk about that next. So we start off by catching the moon for both. But with parting horse's mane, the bottom hand tosses the moon off into the sky. So the bottom arm comes up. All right, and so the palm is facing up. The arm is almost straight, but slightly bent. All right, and then we end up looking right over the fingertips is where the eyes go. If you're not watching, you're probably just watching me at first, but eventually once you get the movement down, then you can just look right over the fingertips, kind of up a little bit into the distance. And that's where the eyes go. The torso is out 45 degrees. Now with warding off, we do the same thing. We catch the moon, but then the bottom arm comes out to the side. All right. The other hand pushes down, so that's actually the same too. So the only really big difference is the front arm. So instead of tossing away, we actually just go out to the side, so the arm is horizontal versus vertical. So horizontal, parallel with the floor, with ward off. All right, it's almost like you're hugging the tree. That's why we do that so much, is because it's very similar to a lot of the movements we do. So it's basically like a half hug. So half hug for ward off. All right, now the torso is leaning too a little bit too. All right, and so the other thing is the torso is more squared off, meaning that it's in the direction of the front leg with ward off, versus parting horse's mane, it's open more. So you're more open to the corner 45 degrees versus squared off. And so I'll show you from this side too. All right, so parting horse's mane. So you can kind of see my torso is it's kind of out to the corner there. And then warding off. See how I'm facing, more, not completely squared off, but I'm not quite as open. So that's ward off as I'm a little bit more squared off. And the arm is horizontal versus pointing up. All right, so that's the big difference between parting horse's mane and then for ward off, you're looking straight ahead versus up over the fingertips. All right, and so I also have a story for you too. But if you found that helpful, then please type in value in the comments. Let me know that that was helpful, that mini lesson today. All right, and then so I'm gonna pull up my story today too. All right, and so this story is called The Burden. 2 monks were returning to the monastery in the evening. It had rained and there were puddles of water on the roadsides. At one place, a beautiful young woman was standing unable to walk across because of a puddle of water. The elder of the 2 monks went up to her, lifted her, and left her on the other side of the road and continued his way to the monastery. In the evening, the younger monk came to the older monk and said, "Sir, as monks, we cannot touch a woman." The elder monk answered, "Yes, brother." Then the younger monk asked again, "But then, sir, how is it that you lifted that woman on the roadside?" The elder monk smiled at him and told him, "I left her on the other side of the road, but you are still carrying her." So I hope you enjoyed the Tai Chi Flow, the mini lesson, and the story. And so if you haven't already, make sure you go through our Tai Chi for Beginners mini course. In this 5-video series, we continue with our Tai Chi Flow. I'll show you some flexibility and balance exercises that you can integrate into your daily life. We'll go over some of the basic stances in traditional Tai Chi so that you have a really nice foundation. I'll show you one of the best exercises you can do to improve your sleep. I'll show you how to reduce stress and how Tai Chi can help create inner peace. So just click the link right here and start video number 1 of the Tai Chi for Beginners mini course, and I'll see you over there.